This podcast features adults using adult language. You have been warned.
Time is the enemy, the past, it threatens the fastest weapon. You wouldn't make it past a second, and that's the question. Play it brash and reckless, or choose a cautious solution you thought was prudent. In any sepulchre, pulchritude will become the putrid. It's that wealth that I'm pursuing. No mountain too steep, or dungeon too deep to send expendable marks up to the top of the peak or beneath. They see you bleed, they come like sharks to it, while I swim in that money bin like Carl Barks druid. So send your national parks druid, I'll send him home in a natural box with a closed top and most of the parts included. Save your breath for a cleric confessor. Death is a lesson and life is a tenured professor. But if you're seeking my official advice, sign on the dotted line and initial it twice.
Alyssa, did you give me 2 chairs because you think I'm short? I see there's also an elevating footpad. This is a profoundly emasculating endeavor. I hope that you came horny. Because the only thing that distinguishes this adventure from a traditional orgy is the occasional inclusion of a 20-sided dice. Oh, happy Valentine's Day, motherfuckers. I am Tycho Brahe of Penny Arcade and PAX. I am also Omnifus Hereward Drawn, CEO of Acquisitions Incorporated. But today, I'm your internet friend, Jerford K. Horcrims. And I'm here to run a game of Dungeons and Dragons for my friends, specifically these friends to my right. Dragonborn nada chichisto. Donaar Blit'zen. Indeed, indeed. To the right of my right, repping the natural world, Walnut Dankgrass, Kakra.
Aw, cute.
I can clearly see my bad posture.
Oh no.
It's like, well, that's why this is how we're communicating this information
I know.
to you.
Yeah,
it's like you fix this now.
The posture intervention.
Well, you fix
giant
this now,
screen.
Or in the old folks' home, you just become a sphere.
Yeah.
To my left, not your grandma's grandma, except in those rare cases where she is your grandma's grandma, Rosie Beestinger. And to the left of my left, emerging as though from a mist shroud, Drow'b. No, Alyssa,
You look very tall.
this isn't,
Did you get taller?
Alyssa, this isn't a
Wow.
big boy chair.
Oh.
It makes me want to make my butt taller, you know?
Yeah, geez.
You want to
Settle in.
concentrate the butt. Deep below, gathered friends. So, when last we saw our heroes, there was a fateful trek up to the top of a very, very tall, wintry peak. Specifically the peak that is known to be the home of the glittering dragon king Vars Malus. But there was not, in the classic sense, you're just writing the word butts over and over,
What?
Brian. That's not, see, now that I'm up,
I know. I don't like anything of this.
now that I'm a tall, big boy,
Yeah.
I can see the type of behavior. I'm
Took you
not
to the
10
end of season
seconds
3.
into this
You
shit.
have no idea the shit I usually write, game after game.
It's bad.
There's a question mark after butts.
Yeah,
There is.
it's like butts are the only certainty.
There was like a Pepe Sylvia conspiracy board I wrote last game, and I
Oh,
just
yeah.
kept showing it to you guys to try to make you laugh. Stop ruining it for me, Jerry.
No. It is absolutely fine. We can continue even in the face of this. We are going to return to our own bodies, which is to say the bodies we invented for the purpose of the show. I mean, it's, Except in, obviously in Walnut's case, where it's just Walnut twice. Double nut.
Yes.
Now, the Dinar that returns to you from the peak of this mountain has no tinge of patina, no green at the edge of the scales. In fact, this Dinar looks exactly the same as the Dinar that you met your first day in Red Larch.
Fresh boy.
A fresh boy. You finally got one. They're so hard to find.
So he doesn't have any of that age, he doesn't have any of that Shadow Realm guilt.
We don't need to.
Oh, okay.
No,
about that.
in some ways, he looks like the kind of portrait Dinar might commission of himself.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Is he a little bit taller? Just like
Yeah.
all of the features.
Does it look like he's sitting on 2 chairs?
Yeah. Two-chair Dinar. That's the situation. He has returned to you in the week or so period that it took. You were able to hold the fort down. It was your task to make sure that there wasn't some additional draconic or material incursion. A typical role, frankly, for an Acquisitions Incorporated franchise. But your brother-in-arms, Donaar Blit'zen, has returned to you.
All right.
I'm taller now.
It's good.
It's good.
About 3 inches taller.
Yeah.
You look refreshed.
I feel refreshed.
They have cleaned you.
They have cleaned me.
He's speaking in complete sentences. What's going on?
He is speaking in complete sentences.
This is active listening. And I appreciate it.
There's going to be a lot of I statements. Yeah.
Did
this-
Omen clone Dinar also?
Probably.
This isn't the real one. Listen, I can tell.
I can just tell these things.
I can just tell these things. This is not the real one.
Take a whiff. No, it's real.
Oh,
I think it's the real one.
what?
What do I need to do to be cloned? How do I get in on this?
Yeah, let's make the episode about this. You have to prove to Omen that you're worthwhile.
I already admit that's not true, but many of me in volume. You may make it up.
You could use your collective body weight to press a very large button.
Yeah. It's volume. It's like a Kirkland brand sort of strategy
Shrink
to
wrap.
adventuring.
Yeah.
Kirkland's signature.
Yeah.
So
Like it's not gonna be good, but a lot of them.
The whole time Dinar and his family was up on the peak, I think Rosie has been like casually trying to you guys so Dinar, right? And but I've got my eyes on the last place we saw you as much as possible. Like this is freaking Rosie right out. She does not like to see the baby boy disappear up somewhere without us.
No, this just feels right, doesn't it? Like something about this just feels good.
1, 2, 3, done.
Yeah, really. Three's company, that's what they say.
They do say that. 3 is a company, and the company is Acquisitions Incorporated as the C team.
Yeah. So now that he's back, I mean,
Yeah.
this is fine too.
So I'm extremely relieved when you finally show up. Like, oh, thank goodness. Yeah, he's back, and I guess the problem is solved.
Yeah. And I'm back to my, what some would say, classic design.
That's
Sure.
right.
Original season 1 concept art.
All of your collectibles obviously have increased in value, so
Great.
there's a meta aspect.
So, the sleepy king and queen, are they up?
Oh yeah. Your parents?
They gonna get up?
Do I know that they're up?
You can talk to me about anything that you'd like to know.
I'm talking to you now about something I'd like to know.
So, when you decant with the rest of your brothers and sisters from the mountain, they are there. We'll do this like at the beginning of the show. It's like they see you coming back, and then you come back, and then we're just going to do like little vignettes of the moments after you have returned. They are at the forefront of the traditional greeting body that invites the royal family back into Dinar.
Okay, so I do know that they are awake.
Yeah.
Were you guys in that greeting? Or are you just?
Were they? Were we?
No.
No.
That's not allowed,
No.
I don't think.
Oh.
No, not allowed.
We weren't allowed.
What'd you do the whole time I was gone? Sit in this room? This windowless room?
It's pitch black.
With these metal bars?
It was kind of a stasis. Yeah. Walnut was real happy. Very excited for the future.
Oh yeah, I love Dinar. It's a great place. Love to stay here longer. Are we done? Though, could we go home?
I hope not, because I wrote a lot of stuff that takes place in Dinar.
Oh my God.
And I say, yeah. I got what I needed. Pants
All right.
are up.
Let's go.
All right, I get back in the cart.
Okay.
Yeah.
Start telling the story. So where are we going?
Where do you guys want to go? We finally get to drive this adventure ourselves.
Let's go to Waterdeep.
Oh, let's go to
Let's go to Waterdeep. Okay.
Let's go to Waterdeep.
All right.
Waterdeep.
Yeah.
Then, suddenly, cresting the horizon. And I bring a model out that I prepared.
Yeah, it's like, it's like your acquisition's incorporated, right? But we're scrappy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we don't got the budget for the fucking, it's theater of the mind, you know?
Yeah. It's like, a lich is here, and I'm going to do that. And you be...
Oh,
you.
Lord.
It's just
4 liches.
Ow. You brought shame. You brought shame to this family.
All right, let's do some
All right.
Dinar.
We'll do your story.
No, so what I want to know is... Oh, we were going to find that out, but we're not going to. What I want to know is your god restored? Is Vars Malus back?
Well, this, as you asked the question, I'd like you to give me an Arcana roll.
I'll try. Ooh,
Yummy.
pretty good.
God, what do you got?
It's going to be a 21.
Ugh. You
Am
can.
I Vars Malus now?
Yes. You're
Where's
two
you two?
Vars Maluses, which means 4 dicks.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I'm seeing double. 4 Vars Maluses.
It's 2 Vars Maluses in 1. Now, so the way that your senses, I mean, everything that you've built up to approximate an individual that is recognizable to your friends and other mortal creatures, obviously a facade, right? But with the sort of awareness that you have, it is not difficult to see a silver thread leading away from him, snaking through reality and leading up and out. It's a trivial matter to detect. It's not clear if it's an agent of control, like the string of a puppet, but there is a direct unity between this entity and the mountain itself.
I don't know if I share that yet. I put it in my mind as, oh, okay. That's why he's so clean.
To be perfectly frank, he may not be aware of it.
Yeah. Okay. Where did you get that string?
Vars Malus.
How are your parents?
Awake. How are yours?
Oh, you answer him when he asks you, huh?
Yeah.
You asked if Vars Malus is back. Vars Malus is back. In Pog form. Pog is my childhood nickname. Back.
Oh. Slam that. Well, where are your parents? That's why we're here.
They're
right?
awake.
Well, take us to them.
Why?
Because that's where the story has to go.
Does
Do I
it?
know that I have to take them there?
No.
No.
Well, then I guess we're just going to sit in this room.
You're
goddamn right.
So my concern is the bathroom situation. No, my concern is
I see 4 corners. There's 3 of you. One clean corner.
I always go in the knife.
Nope.
Okay. I got an executive washroom in there.
Walnut marked all the corners.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I can't help it, okay? It's a condition.
Is the wine?
What will become of the people of this city when the banners can't represent Tiamat and this unified goddess anymore? Barzmelis is back. How will this be reflected? Is there going to be an upset? Is this city going to tear itself apart as a result?
I don't think so. Are you proposing you trying to put a contract in for like new designs for the banners? You're always back to design with you.
I think the time is right. The city needs a refresh.
I mean, we're going to be taking bids, so if you have a formal proposal,
Yeah.
I'll pass it along.
You got RFPs out?
Yeah, we're putting out RFPs. I'll pass them along to my parents.
Is Barzmelis going to be okay with the fact that he has to share primacy of this city with Tiamat, though?
He doesn't have to.
Yeah, but currently that is the situation.
According to a sheet on a wall? We'll tear them all down.
All right, let's do it. Let's tear him down.
All
That's
right.
a quest.
We start ripping them down.
Montage.
Mauling them.
Yeah.
No, but it's like
The
it's
boys
like
are back in
monkeys.
town. The
Yeah,
boys are
exactly.
back in town.
They're all coming down. The truth is that there aren't that many to pull down. Most people hadn't really bought fully into it. They hadn't changed the home shrine, so they weren't out any gold. You know what I mean? This was an attempt. It was a plan, and people went along with it. But this is the thing that you notice now, mid-montage. It's like the montage goes on for about 5 seconds. Obviously, in your minds, we licensed the original track. There's costs associated with this shit. But what you feel out among the people is that this is a town on the brink. This is a town this is like the dry, this town is like the dry pile of fuel, waiting for the briefest hint of heat to burn up. And it's not difficult to figure out why.
Why?
They have been planning.
I'm having a lot of trouble with it.
They have been promised a royal wedding for almost a year now.
Nice.
Almost
Love it.
and they are fucking insane. They have been driven mad with it.
Great.
And that is all anyone is talking about. And it's yes, we have our 3-tiered city. We have
Much like a wedding cake.
Exactly. These motherfuckers live in a cake. A cake which is, for the purposes of this adventure, a lie. Now, it's a
Don't.
I'm leaving this table.
Don't reward that.
it's
Do
Goodbye.
not reward that.
it's a
Don't.
callback.
That's why I don't like puns and these
It's
kind
not a pun. It's
That's not a pun.
2006
It's a
meme.
callback. You have to understand. I have a 14-year-old. All that 2006 shit's back. Trust me.
Is it?
Oh yeah, they
Hog
can't.
form?
They don't believe in cakes at all.
All right.
Long cat, ceiling cat.
oh,
It's all
fuck
there.
Hamster dance?
Yeah.
One moment.
They're all here.
Just pause. I run a game for my son and his friends. My son is a warlock whose pact is with Basement Cat. I shit you not.
I love Elliot. He is a meme lord, and I
He is
instantly
Basement
tip
Cat.
my hat to him.
No. And so, I mean, as you're moving through, it's obviously there's big bows from everybody. Occasionally, you'd get the impression, Walnut, that it's like that bow is like it's being aimed at you,
Right.
but it's like right past you. It's actually for Donaar Blit'zen.
No, they do it, and I'm like, not again. Why is this happening? Why does this always happen to me?
It's relief washes over you. So.
Why is everybody always trying to worship me?
Okay, all right.
But no, so they firmly believe for them it's all games of chance. It's like the Final Four. Like they're trying to figure out ins
Duke,
in the
UNC.
streets.
Yeah.
No, in the
What's it
streets,
gonna
like they're trying to figure out a world without a royal wedding at the end of this, and especially with the trauma of this bizarre occupation. They can't imagine a world where there aren't at least 3 royal weddings.
I'm sorry.
What, now?
We can give them, I mean, listen, somebody from Scala is here right now.
Yeah.
Just saying, that's my headcanon.
No, and my headcanon is I will release the army and tamp down any rebellion. I'm not going to let them force my hand for a wedding.
What if
Martial law has been enacted. I scream.
Marital.
Yeah, marital law.
See, that's good. It was made this year.
Because you made it.
That was
Because it was your pun.
Puns sound good when they come out of this mouth, but everywhere else, they make my ears go whang.
Why can't
He's got you there, man.
this number 3? This is an actual thing we have been made to feel. Is it the same wedding 3 times, or can like?
It's like, and that's obviously the first and most practical choice.
Yeah.
But you have a very particular set of skills, particularly when it comes to weddings. As like the multiverse's foremost practitioner of occult weddings, I mean, there's a side hustle here for you that's very powerful. But
I dream of a future where all will be wed.
but
They're at the black end of time.
but that's like part of your pitch book. It's like glossy. You open it up. Oh, okay.
Well, 3 weddings, though. Like, you're married.
Yeah.
You're married to a house.
Yeah.
I'm married to the road. So,
There's
all
a lot
spoken
of people in this town.
Not royals.
not royals.
Yeah, there's a couple royals too. Yeah, what's my family doing? What are they?
Absolutely investigate it, and I endorse it.
And I am.
But you know that there aren't. It's like making tea with the same leaves 3 times. You know that 3rd one is kind of. It's like from a cosmic perspective.
Right.
You know that if they just like get up to the altar and then they just like leave and then you know it's not going to work. It's not going to tamp down this fury, right? They want it, and they're going to fucking get it, right?
Okay.
And they'll go to any lengths to make this happen. So who do you want to go to first?
Well, when we're descending the mountain,
Exactly.
and we're greeted by our parents.
Yeah.
Like what?
So you have
Assume we all return together.
Exactly. So as you're coming down the mountain, you have a flash of memory. So many of the things that occur inside these the chambers of Varus Malus have a lyrical, poetic quality to them. The memories don't feel like they're arranged properly, but you have a very specific memory of the chamber itself, the chamber where a version of yourself, at any rate, sat in a kind of strange throne and accepted the responsibility to take up what is, for all intents and purposes, the family business. The room itself didn't appear to have a specific dimension, but there were cracks of lightning, the scent of a summer storm, and anytime it would flash, a massive draconic shadow was visible surrounding the throne itself. And after the 7th flash, there was only 1 Dinar out here, and the Dinar on the throne was gone. The first thing you remember coming down off of the mountain is your mother taking your face in her hands and kissing your forehead.
Well, and I accept her kiss on my forehead.
That's fine.
As a child does. I would be very happy.
It's been a long time. It's been a long time
It's
coming.
been.
That's not. But that's not the relationship.
No, not at all. But at the same time, like, it is a very icy, contentious relationship. But she was in a coma. And
But you get the kiss before Nace.
wow.
Use your emotes.
And I'm like, he's alive, because she doesn't know. When we got back and everyone found out he was alive.
No, they have all been gone. There is clearly, your father is trying to, like, widen the aperture of his mind to contain
Yeah.
every miracle that came down from this mountain. And you can tell when he casts his gaze up to it, he has his own history and story with that place.
Mm-hmm.
That is not, that is his sort of a private thorn in him. But so which sibling do you want to visit first?
Well, I mean, I would. I'm. How much of Dinar getting on the throne did they see? Like on. If
For the
this whole-
family?
Yeah.
Or the siblings?
The siblings.
The siblings were there for that occurred exactly as it did in the last episode.
Yeah. So they know.
They know that it's been happened. They know that it's happened, but there's aspects of this position, for lack of a better term, that are not widely understood by this generation. It's possible the answers exist somewhere else.
Kids today. Yeah. So I mean, I guess first thing in that sort of scenario would be, I would imagine everyone would go to Donar's dad, because he's been in a coma for so long. They're like, hey, do we look older?
Daddy, look at us.
Dad, look how big I got. They don't make that cereal like anymore. and that's about it. Decade wrapped.
So your father, obviously having been asleep for a long time, is substantially aged. This is whatever befell him was nothing like a stasis. It was nothing like what the C team was in at the beginning of this episode.
Right.
A perpetual,
Jail?
perfect, dark place where there's only pee. You said to wait for a little while, and I did.
Didn't say to wait. Kate said to wait. It took every inch of strength not to just come out here and go pee when I walked out.
You said inch, but you could have said ounce.
Yeah.
Fluent
Now-
ounce.
Like
All right. I'm sorry, Walnut. I'm done. I'm
I
drained.
left my butt. You're drained.
We're done.
What, they made it like 20 minutes?
So
yeah, like
pretty good.
about a half hour. Yeah.
so he is old
Yeah.
and tired seeming and slow. I mean, emaciated essentially. There is Nace is essentially with them 24/7, acting as a strong pillar to take them through.
Yeah. So, as a manifestation of Vars Malus, or,
Indeed.
or what,
I hoped you would ask.
whatever I am, like what are the limits of my abilities?
So, what?
Here we fucking
Yeah,
go.
here we go.
Here we go.
It's not too crazy. Just take all of your dice in a big handful. Just imagine that you're Pat Rothfuss for, as for the duration of the. No.
My patron saint. He's here. Can I just call him? I got an earpiece. Like, Pat, just start feeding me shit.
No, he.
Cyrano de Bergerac.
Yeah, exactly. So,
I'd be like, the name of the wind is Eric?
Did you
What?
say Eric?
Did you say Eric? Wow, the wind's name's Eric. Water's named Walter?
yeah.
The W's, I get it.
Well, it's one letter
That's
away.
good writing. That's a good book. That's a good series.
This is easy.
Okay. He's my friend. I need you to be cool.
No.
Fair enough. That's fine. You do you. I'll support your play. It's only a matter of time. He's getting old. You saw him, right? So,
Whoa!
Oh, Pat, love you.
So, you are an avatar of Varus Malus, functionally speaking, created by accident. There is a moment where, upon assuming this task, Donaar Blit'zen, least prince of the holy city of Dinar. Hey, it's still a prince.
Yeah, still Prince.
Is Freddie Prinz Jr. a prince? I mean, it's just like,
Yeah.
it's that level of prince.
Yes.
He's amazing. That's
He's
the
an incredible
best
guy.
compliment you've ever given me.
Donaar Blit'zen, least prince of the holy city of Dinar, thought that he would look real cool on that chair. And in that moment of divine combination, you were allowed to see yourself on the throne. And now you have to live this.
Oh, I see.
I don't.
I don't. God damn it!
We are playing with the Dinar that came back to us is Dinar. Dinar was instantiated to observe the Dinar god Varus Malus, and that's who came back, not a god.
Oh, that explains it.
Here, I'll tell you this.
I really honestly thought I did.
You didn't.
Varus
And
Malus.
if one of these goddamn words has 2 syllables, I'm gonna throw this. Give me all monosyllabic words, or I'm throwing this.
Varus Malus understands it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Oh, great. All right. Now I get it.
Yeah. But you essentially have like, imagine like on a stately oak desk. You have, in your mind, imagine that you have a direct line. I love you guys so much. Imagine that you essentially have a direct line to Varus Malus, and that you can contact, that part of you is deeply, fundamentally connected to Varus Malus at any time. Obviously, you were a paladin.
Yeah.
You knew what it was to be a temporary vessel. You are a manifestation now of that power. Okay. And you have direct contact at any time. You can't like turn into a, 7-story dragon and fight in space.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. But
This
you
seems like
can
a downgrade then.
But you can do some shit.
Okay.
And unfortunately,
So
yeah.
Do I know that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, that's one of the things that you know.
Okay.
So let's pick up very briefly that phone now. So talking, seeing your parents, talking to your father and mother essentially using him as a kind of support structure. It's always, so now, it's just like this memory just unfolds. It's like origami in reverse, essentially. It just becomes this massive sheet. And Varus Malus and Tiamat have always had problems. It goes back.
These two.
The current,
Will they work it out?
Oh,
the current
Oil and
conflict.
water.
Oil and Walter.
Yeah.
Eric and Walter.
It's a task in the same way that like a carpenter's son would have to take it up. The eldest son in the Dinar royal family is required. It's basically like, it's a godhood that was manufactured, essentially. But there's essentially like a kind of DRM on the divinity.
Okay.
It has
You got
to-
me back. I know that one. I know that one.
It has to be the eldest son.
Okay.
And the current battle, and it breaks out. There have been periods of time where Varus Malus and Tiamat were consorts. The current battle has lasted roughly 872 years. And
Roughly.
I wrote it down.
Give or take 2?
It says the rivalry goes back hundreds of years. 872 years. And then I specifically wrote 872 and a half.
So why didn't you just say that?
Yeah.
Because I'm who I am.
I was gonna say, look how tickled you are.
And you know that. But essentially, there's the DRM. There's peace, love.
Eat.
But Tiamat's, it's a great book. Tiamat's most recent plan, where this last concern began, and hopefully is over now. Hopefully this round is complete. But Tiamat was able to convince your father that they wouldn't have to give up their son. And to this effect, your father enlisted his wise scholars in the manufacture of a facsimile of Nace,
Oh.
which they put on the throne in the chamber of Varus Malus and created a kind of failed god. That was the first thread that Tiamat placed and was able to tug the city almost completely apart.
Okay. So do I know this? I know this?
It's essentially, it's all you can do to remember it,
Okay.
but this is a thread that you can pull
All right.
as long as you want.
Oh, so maybe I'm less excited to see Dad than I initially was
No,
going to.
and now you
roleplay this.
know, with no effort,
Yeah.
you know the source of that thorn
Yeah.
that would prick him as he looked at the summit.
Well, yeah. I mean, now he's awake. There's a lot of good memories before he
That's right.
went under. So, I mean, Donaar would be like, I'm glad you're awake. It's good to see you. Can I talk to you real quick?
So you can, it's essentially like picking an apple. So imagine the Nace is here,
Yeah.
fruited with parents. You're just gonna grab one of those and
Well,
go to one of Walnut's clean corners.
I haven't seen him awake in over a decade. I'll give him the
Yeah.
dignity of
There's-
not like confronting him
Yeah.
in front of everyone.
There's the support that he is accepting from you, but there's so much more. This is essentially a kind of, this is a hug that's vibrating at an advanced frequency.
I usher him kind of away from everyone over to our corner. And from all outward appearances, it does look like I'm just kind of taking him away. And I just say, like, I found Varus Malus. He has returned, and I know what you did.
He collapses. He
Well, I'm holding him up.
falls. Oh, I know. He falls and you support him.
Okay.
He just he's racked with sobs. It is not pretty. It is the ugliest cry in history.
As it should be.
And
So
he says, he sort of looks on you, and you can see that his left eye, at some period in this time, has gone blind.
didn't want no scrubs.
Yeah. Scrubs are always sort of lapping at the base of Dinar, you know? And it's his task to keep these scrubs at bay. They get no love from him. That's the first law of Dinar.
It's the last episode.
Ever.
Of any D&D show. We're ending it all here today. He says, son. And then, sort of conspiratorially, he says, my lord.
No. I say no. Don't do that. You, like, if he's like going limp in my arms, I will like kind of help him down. And as I'm helping him down, just to like sit or something on some sort of bench, I just say like, what you didn't have to do.
He casts an eye over to Nace and he says, I couldn't do it to her. And you see his eyes travel over to your mother.
Yeah. But So the repercussions of this have been like, he passed out. This is why Dinar was treated like a pariah for so long and everything. So there's a lot of growing resentment here. It's like you made a call here that impacted everyone, and you didn't tell anyone.
He says, a father should never leave this sort of legacy to his children. My only hope is that you're strong enough to overcome it.
Don't put this on me. I stand up and I just say,
You kick him.
yeah. And I
you,
just
old
give him
man.
like a not a real one. Just like,
No, it's just
go
a flinch. It's right.
Yeah. Okay, boomer. So I just say like, I stand up and I just say like, you didn't have to do this, and then all you did was make everything worse. And then I stand up and I walk away and I go to Nace.
So you
And I go, you deal with this.
as you stand up, there's like a head rush. As you elevate, and another memory begins to unfold out at the edge of this paper.
And then I come back and I go, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Actually, no,
I had it all wrong.
I was wrong. You're actually cool.
It was the head rush.
So very briefly, if you would, because I have had the benefit of reading the novel you wrote as your character's backstory, which I think you understand now is rude.
Look, you didn't have to follow it.
No, it's awesome, and now they can see it. But tell them about the abduction. There's things that they don't know.
So in the story, the reason that everyone doesn't
Not in the story, in real life.
in real life,
Ryan Hartman was
Ryan
abducted.
Hartman was abducted from he is a patron god. So 10 years of Darnar's life, everything's great. The royal family rules in the stead of Vars Malus. We all know that part. Around when he's 10, Dinar and some other kids in the town are kidnapped. And when they're kidnapped, everyone goes to look for them. They go on high alert. It's like a prince, but a bunch of other kids are kind of like Pied Pipered away. When that happens, the pitchfork rings. And that's Vars Malus saying, you have to come see me. And the king has to make a choice whether to keep everyone out, like Nace and all of them, out looking for Dinar and the other kids, or go up to the mountain. And the king leaves everyone out to find the kids, and he goes by himself. And then the next time they find the king, he's in a coma, Vars Malus is missing, and everyone blames Dinar. It's like victim blaming. They're like, we were all wasting time finding you, and everything went to shit. And that's why they're all treat him like crap from them on.
Exactly.
A tragic backstory.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry.
Naruto-like in some ways.
The word is Naruto.
Yeah. Anime.
But that is, it's like you appreciate this next piece is almost something that you take personal pride in. It's like when you remember, when this memory comes back, it's as though it's your own memory of something that you did, and you're weirdly proud of it. So as your father went up to the mountain, and as Dinar was being abducted, imagine that this is actually the point about 75% through a heist movie, where Vars Malus invests himself in Dinar, who the forces of Tiamat abduct.
Okay.
And when Tiamat goes to consume the true Vars Malus in the chamber, there is only this ruined, partial god creature.
Okay.
So this is the first of 2 times you realize now
Yeah.
that Vars Malus hid himself in Dinar.
Yeah.
The second time is when Dinar left Jannar, because this campaign of Tiamat against the Holy City has gone on forever. And whenever she goes in to claim Vars Malus and claim the city, Vars Malus is always just out of reach. But your father takes the brunt of Tiamat's wrath. But uses your father as a pawn in the next part of her plan. The green head, just enough venom to place your father in a permanent coma that he would one day use to manipulate his daughter Prawn into giving the city over to Tiamat without a single strike.
Dang.
It all comes together. This makes sense too. Two people.
I'm in
Okay,
there.
you got it? You
Well, I
found it?
think we're in there, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
3 people.
3 people. I love it.
But that is how it happened. It's for you.
It is for me. Thank you.
It's for you. Now, what remains here? So so at this point, now you have the entire story.
Yeah,
You
so-
see how he fucked up, but that even in that moment, Vars Malus didn't strike the family,
Yeah.
didn't curse the family. This isn't some Old Testament stuff.
Yeah.
Vars Malus loves the family and loves his city, and turned that to the good.
Yeah. So it's less anger and more, pity. Pity that his father.
It's the sort of thing about a father a son should never know.
Yeah, it's one of those. When
It's
you're,
horrible.
When you're old enough to realize your parents are people, kind
Yeah,
of like. Ugh.
it's disgusting.
Let me try to understand something. Not that we're aware of these components, but we are aware of the return of Dinar. Soon the city will be aware of the return of Vars Malus, if they're not already.
Well, they never knew. Yeah.
Okay. Nace is here, and they are being delivered from Tiamat, and yet the city will only be sated by 3 fucking weddings?
That's what I'm saying.
What do they want? We got a god back. We got a royal child back.
Yeah.
None of it matters.
And
None
they
of it
said,
matters.
dress. Which
Yeah.
dress? You gotta wear.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, there are
That's Jerry's story.
there are children of 5 and 6. There are weddings being performed on street corners
What?
everywhere in this town. They're not real.
Oh.
Right. It's like the methadone or the.
Exactly. Exactly.
They take the edge
They
off.
are-
Methadone.
there are. It is the city is in a perpetual state of weddingness.
This is like.
Rich people are paying hobos to get married.
Oh no! I'm not gonna say that this hasn't happened. Okay, like it's a thing that's
It's
actually
not like
occurred.
it's not like good morning anymore. It's like I do.
It's
Like, that's the greeting.
It's like, you know, when there was like the royal wedding, and
Yeah.
then it's like that, but it's like keeps drawing on. It's like, when are they gonna have the fucking wedding? Like a e-wedding special for like 6 months, and they're like freaking out.
No. This town has become Twitter,
It's lost to time now.
right?
Give it up.
So Nace looks over and he has his he's got your mom
Yeah.
full support. She's drawn up to something approximating the height that you remember. It's like somehow she's still taller than you,
Yeah.
even now.
Yeah. Like, so Dinar, the whole thing, he wanted to get his dad to wake up and everything. Now he realizes that a lot of this is his dad's fault, but then also even he realizes that his dad tried to screw things over and couldn't. But like the whole time that his dad was in a coma, the town was in chaos, his mom just blamed him and was mean to him. So it's like, I mean, part of this is he.
You want to punch her in the face?
Yeah, it's like all of this, and he internalized.
Roll
it.
initiative,
Dinar
like-
internalized it.
Let's kill some moms.
I mean, so
Finally.
all right.
You're the last one with a living mom.
I know.
Yeah, that can end today.
Listen,
Finally,
fuck all
the
tropes.
circle
motherfuckers,
closed.
it wouldn't be the first mom we kill on this show.
No, it wouldn't.
Happy Mother's Day.
Stay killing these moms.
No, I mean, he would cryptically confront her, and just in like, also he'd been browbeaten for so long, and like standing up a bit and just be like, this was all misplaced. The two of you, it was all wrong. He's wrong. You're wrong. Everything you did was wrong.
I'm right.
I'm right, and I'm out.
So the rest of this adventure will be us just bricking off the city just walling off and just let that sit.
Just let it work itself out. It's like a crock pot.
Yeah.
We're just going to let it slow cook in there for a while. We're going to come back in 100 years.
See what we get.
No, I would say that to her, and then I would go to Nace. I don't know that I would tell all the siblings, but I would go to Nace, and I would tell him everything. I would tell him everything you just told me. I would tell him. I'd let him know it all, because this affects him just as much.
Yeah.
And especially if he has a weird reverence for them.
Exactly.
Like, no, hate them like I hate them.
No, exactly. So he sets her down sort of gingerly at the edge of the bed. This is happening in the royal chamber we've already described, this sort of immaculate three-tiered structure. He sets her down. He's not having this conversation around.
Yeah.
She's here. And then he comes down to the second tier and down to the first tier, and he said, there's a lot of stories about fathers that don't understand their sons. He says, there's not a lot of stories about mothers and sons. He says, you're the same person. This is where you get this.
Scrunch my nose at that.
This is where you get this. And this isn't my job to fix, just as long as you understand.
You are so wrong. I kind of have a kid, and I'm so nice to her.
Where is she?
I don't know. But when I see her, I'm so nice to her.
He says, look, yeah, we can do this shit for another 50 years. We can be mad at these people.
Awesome, thank you.
No, that's not.
No, good. And I walk away. I go. He's on my side.
He's like,
he
no,
gets it. This guy gets it.
I need your help.
This guy knows.
No. Hey.
What?
I need your help.
I need your help.
Well, okay, maybe we can fucking help each other.
All right. We can help each other.
I need you to tell me everything that you know.
Shouldn't take long.
About, I got 5 minutes. I need you to tell me everything that you know about the Queen of Scala. Because they're trying to get me to marry her.
Oof.
And I need to know. And he's like,
sip that tea.
And he's like, I'm down.
Who's they?
He points out the window. And he's like, on paper, I don't hate it. It's like, this would be the strongest. The North would be a bastion for Dragonborn. We have something incredible, something we can protect longer if we're on the same side. Next time there's one of these horseshit incursions, what if there's 2 cities against it? But I don't know her. I guess she's got a kid?
Yeah, remember that kid I was talking about? the one I mentioned earlier? I mean...
Involuntarily, it's like, imagine like a C-130, like a cargo type plane. It's that super slow back door that like drops forever. It's just
his
craw.
butt opens?
No, his craw is just like the math. He's not smart. And the calculations that are being asked of him are well beyond his capability right now. He goes,
Close the mouth.
all right,
Yeah.
you close it, and then he just puts his hand there.
No, I grab his hand and I put it there. Just every time I take my hand away, it starts opening. I go, all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, is this?
Take your hand away from your mouth. If you're gonna talk. Yeah.
He's like, is this cool?
There are so many bigger things at play here.
Yeah.
You even want?
Yeah,
but every time you come back for, Candlemas or whatever.
Finding our lost god that our father betrayed us.
That's up there. I got shit to do down here.
It's what?
I live down here.
What?
I would say this
Earl
is
at the bakery
pretty
really wants to make
typical
a
Dinar.
cake
It's
for
like,
the wedding.
Woo, 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 woo. Up here, big ideas. I live down here.
Yeah. All right. You know what? All right. She's great. Here's
Like,
what
is
you need to know.
I mean, is she like cute?
Is she Dinar?
Is she cute?
She's strong.
He goes,
I find strong cute.
all right.
But she's ugly as shit. No. But she's capable, and that's more attractive than anything.
It's like, and like, what's going on with this kid? Is she like a handful?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what's she like, Uncle Dinar?
Uncle Dad Dinar.
Unky Dinar.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She's a little firecracker.
And it's cool.
No, nothing about this is cool. But if this is what you need to do, I will not stop you. As long as we agree that you hate our parents too.
He's like, I can do that, but not on Candlemas. That's open field. There's a lot of hugs.
No deal.
He's like, okay. He's like, well, this is good. I think this is good. This is gonna get us most of the way there. But we gotta go through. We gotta find some matches.
Start some fires?
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it's like, and
I liked it.
Thanks.
like
It's for you, babe.
Prawn told me about a plan that we're just gonna call it a prawn plan, right? This is the sort of plan.
Fitting.
You know what I mean.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. This is the sort of plan that prawn would have.
The prawn print.
Yeah, we got it.
The shrimp outline.
Yeah.
Got it.
All right.
He's like,
Walnut? No.
he's like, I need you. He's like, look, I'm gonna handle all this stuff here. I got a lot of shit to do getting this thing popping, right? So, I need you to take your friends. I need you to go and talk to the other siblings, because if you don't want to get married,
No, I don't want to get married.
if you don't want to get married, then you got to figure something out with them. And they're not going to marry each other, like that's right. So you got to get them set up. You got to figure this out. You got to do this. I'm going to be king in like 5 minutes. You see this motherfucker?
I feel like one wedding will probably calm everyone
It's
down.
not going to do it. It's not going to do it.
All right.
And you know it, Lord.
Whoa. Whoa.
I forget.
I wish I knew
Are
a
we
Lord's
present? We're not present.
I'm here.
No, this is no, this is 100%. Like this is like when Walnut and Brahma were like on the dragon's horde, like in the thing. It's like right outside.
Oh, yeah.
I know it's happening.
Okay.
Your jail cell is right on the other side of this. Of the bedroom.
It's a traditional Janari configuration.
Yeah. Jail, bedroom, jail.
Jail, royal chamber,
Yeah.
jail, double jail.
Yeah. Kitchen.
God only knows. It could be part of the whole thing.
I mean, it's
right?
like I'm the king. I'm very comfortable in my bed. All right, we'll see you. Like to wear you down.
Just flaunting in front of him.
Right.
This is a real torture. Look at this robe. Yeah, I bet you wish you didn't steal that car.
It's just a little bit. Oh well.
All right.
Okay.
So where are you going?
I guess I relay this bullshit to the rest of the team in prison. I break them out of jail.
Nice. Jailbreak.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. And then I say we have
You guys have to go back into the jail first, and then he can break you out.
Yep.
We have to go play. I tell this mostly to Rosie because this is gonna really
This is the
click with
matchmaker
Rosie.
shit.
Yeah, and I go, all right.
Don't worry, I heard it all.
Okay, good.
Let's do this. All right.
And then we run out,
It's just the two of you.
and then you stand there.
Hey.
Together again, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, you want to go back to Red Larch? Because I've been away from my wife and did not tell her where I was.
Sounds good. I'm ready.
Okay, great. Please split the party.
One party split, please.
One party, please.
Walnut,
Yes?
don't worry.
Oh,
Oh, no.
great.
Oh, you're gonna need a date.
Don't worry.
to the wedding.
If this can be my +1.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said.
It's
So what's next?
more like a plus, not a number.
Plus none.
Yeah.
Plus N.
Plus none.
Plus, no. That. With the.
All right, so who's first?
So, I mean,
All right, who's the least eligible? Because we should start with the hardest one while we still have energy.
well,
Don't. That wasn't even.
It's just like so cold. It's
But
so
it
calculated.
is good advice, though.
yeah. I'm of two minds on this because Prawn was first. Like, well, she was just about to get married a minute ago, so maybe she's like, the pump's still primed.
She's
You know what I
frothy
mean?
for it. Yeah.
Or maybe she's like, what? No, I got so close.
No. She's primed for a rebound.
Oh, yeah.
That's true. Good
That's
call,
not,
Walnut.
Oh, that's not permanent.
That's it. Okay, hold that, because Kris says, oh my God, I'm so excited. He doesn't say that though. That was me. If this process is, if what this city needs is, the spectacle and the theatrics, why not include finding the matches as part of the event?
Like a
Like a reality show? Yeah.
The Bachelor?
Yeah.
We're doing The Bachelor.
And
We're
then
doing The Bachelor.
The Bachelor.
The Bachelor. 2 A's.
I hate you.
But then when you said,
I don't like that pun.
when you said rebound, I was like, Royal Rebound. That's the name of the show. It's Royal Rebound.
Royal
That's the
Rebound.
show. That's
yes,
the show.
we're
That's the
doing
show.
it.
Royal Rebound. 3 lucky family members. Lucky, I don't know.
Can you do your reality show voice, please?
I have to be given a scenario that's where something's going south. So it has to be like, but Dinar didn't like what he heard. And then we have to go to the talking heads like, I didn't like what I heard. That's how it has to work.
Okay, good. All right. Prawn first?
I get. So now we're asking them to be on our reality show?
No, we're not asking.
If there are concerns that they would back out or not want to do it, then you would have the weight of the public upon them, at their back, pressing them into that altar, as one would feed a tree into a chipper. Yeah.
I have some experience with this when I fed Dinar into the chipper of the Shadow Realm.
I thought we weren't going to talk about it.
What happens in the Shadow Realm, etc.
Well,
That's it.
it's relevant.
Fine.
Yeah, I mean, she seems like, I guess, the most.
All right,
likely
let's go
part.
get her.
All right. So I want to hear Rosie talk to Prawn.
Okay. Oh,
No, I think Jerry said we were in our own bodies, right?
Absolutely.
are you
Oh.
playing Prawn now?
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
All right.
Oh, thank you.
Prawn.
You did a good Prawn. Are you
Oh,
sure?
I love her prawn.
Yeah.
wanna be a Prawn?
Are you sure you don't want to be Prawn
Just
for a
for one
second?
conversation.
Jerry's got grand machination.
Okay.
Garlic prawn.
All right. Okay, so we.
Your entourage.
Yep, we go, and we're all in prawn, wherever prawn is, the prawn room. And what's she looking like? What's she up to?
She is.
She's trying on her wedding dress.
Well, she has a. I mean, it looks like a bird bath. Obviously, it is not a bird bath.
I'm about to make it one.
Yeah, exactly.
I was just
like-
imagining birds with little scrying orbs, and those are like the cameras that we're using
Oh,
for like
perfect.
broadcasting this.
Perfect.
Yeah, and
I like
so,
that.
but it's not a bird bath. It's clearly some kind of a ritual instrument of, but it's essentially like a reflecting pool, like a scrying pool sort of thing. She has it sort of in the center of her place, and she is gently whispering to it.
Okay. So I approach her while she's whispering to her bird bath, and I say, "You doing some scrying here?
I mean, you know.
Big girls don't scry."
Oh, but that's fine, right? That's good.
No.
I don't like that.
They turned on you. They turned on you.
Are you fucking
Oh my
kidding
God,
me?
they flipped.
It's really good, but I
It
don't.
didn't come out of your mouth.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense here.
Yeah, and she's like, I'm so glad I'm so glad that you're here, actually.
Oh, that's a surprise.
She's like, I want you all to come and see this.
Okay. How tall is the bird bath? Do I need a boost?
You need a boost. You need to get a soap crate or something old-timey.
Oh, is this the scrying pool, like the future seeing scrying pool of the family?
She has her own pool. You don't think this is the family one? You
Not
think
the
this
one
is,
in the throne room?
This
Okay.
This is of her own design.
Do I see an old soap crate anywhere or
Yeah.
anything old timey?
Yeah, there is. Yeah, there's you get it from a hobo.
Oh,
Oh, that's lucky. Okay.
No, I just boost you up. This is
Oh
ridiculous.
no, this is how it's got to be, right? It's like red.
I'm like, I got you right under one arm.
It's like feed nothing. It has to be a crate. It has to be on a crate.
You lift me up under your arm, and I'm like parallel with the floor now, just gazing into
Oh,
the
and then I
pool.
just kind of like lift you up there a little bit.
Thank you.
Need that tip?
All right. We look in the pool.
Absolutely. We're all looking in the pool.
I guess.
Okay.
I figure you'll catch me up.
Yeah.
I'll
Sure.
look. I'll look.
So, as you're all looking down into the pool, its surface is almost mirrored in its stillness. And there is a face looking up back out of the pool.
Ah.
Copper Dragonborn, but wearing something like a veil of silver rings clipped high up on both sides of her head, draped over her face. This is customary. So we talked about the border cities before, like the places that need to be pacified. Essentially, Copper Dragonborn, like of Dinar, there's the city, but there are also these border cities, and there is also a. God, what did I call them? It's called the Everhome. So there is also, considered to be a part of the larger Janari family. The Everhome is a caravan city.
oh, okay.
Right, and so they bring trade in. They come to Dinar about once a year, and Prawn says, "This is who I was talking about, Matrix Domina. This is Dinar, and I think that the two of you have a lot to discuss."
No.
And
But
then,
Dinar was in for quite a surprise.
I was in for quite a surprise.
I gotta admit, I didn't see that coming. It's a tight shot.
And then-
Dinar, surprise.
hear-
Uh-oh. Buckle up, everybody.
but you hear the city itself rise in commotion. What? Outside the window, as she begins to speak into the pool with Dinar watching it.
It's a live broadcast.
What? Oh, no.
Yes.
It's not gonna turn this shit on me.
And then the silver rings shake as they sway off of her beak. And she says, "Are you well, O prince?"
Damn.
It's getting hot already.
I'm telling you, Jerry, this ain't gonna go the way you want it to go.
It's
I could feel the sparks flying immediately.
she says,
Farts flying.
she says, "What is of import to you in such a union as this, O prince?" And then the entire city is silent.
Ugh.
Like right out the window, birds are quiet.
I direct one of the scrying birds to do a close shot on Dinar,
Yeah.
flapping right in your face.
Yeah. I'm like, privacy? Probably most of all.
Bird 2, bird 3, can we get real close in there?
Oh God. Oh yeah.
yeah.
But it's like too close. Like,
Yeah. You're batting them out of the way.
Yeah, I'd say what's most important to me? Yeah, privacy, not being watched,
oh,
the ability to come and go as I please, and bang whoever I want.
She says, "We."
Agreed.
That's what I want in a wedding.
She says, "We incorporate our men incorporate snake venom in the boudoir. Is that a common practice in Dinar?
No. No.
What?
No. You're crazy. No. What?
And,
No.
And she says, I have heard you. I assume other lovers are acceptable.
Yeah.
Yeah. She says, we should begin as we mean to go on. How many men and women have you seen?
All right.
Truly seen, Prince, without the benefit of armor, without any protection.
All right. Let's talk in person.
How many have been struck dumb by your twins?
Oh my God.
I look around
Is
in
this
a panic.
what you want, Walnut?
Yeah, I was gonna say, for those of us just joining us, that means it's 2 wieners.
Oh, here, no, hold on, here. No, let's just pause really quick. This is what I want. I want a panel of 3 people.
Yes.
It's gonna be like Terrace House or something like that.
Fantastic.
Panel of 3 people. We've heard what we've heard so far. Let's get a little bit of commentary, color commentary, right in the middle of it.
Okay.
Great.
I know for my sake, for my part, I have often been struck dumb by Dinar's twins. But I didn't know how many others had been. So I was really excited to hear the answer to this question.
You know, at first I didn't think so much of the twins, but I gotta look. Oh boy. Tell you, I was struck dumb pretty much minute 1. Woo. Take me to Twin Town.
Oh my God, that means that I'm like the third idiot announcer. I'm just happy to be here. We're just all having so much fun.
About a half an hour ago, we said we were ending Dungeons and Dragons forever. But now I feel like it's been reborn here on this stage.
It's true.
This is 7th edition.
Yeah. Yeah. We're fucking skipping 6. Now, I would like to get a perception roll from you, Dinar.
Oh, yeah?
I would.
So remember how many
Oh, we're gonna roll some dice
people
on
I've
this show?
fucked?
Oh.
All right.
Oh.
That's exciting.
That's not really how I do it.
Yeah, how many people have you seen? Let's find out.
It's okay.
Now wait.
But I
It's
say,
his own.
Yeah.
You can use lucky and re-roll it.
No. It's so much funnier if I do not.
Okay. It's just him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just him.
Only one of them. I always have one eye closed. I'm like, oh. Camera 1, camera 2. I can see that one.
Which one's your favorite?
So,
Oh, lefty.
so it's like outside bated breath. It's tamped down.
Racist.
No.
No.
Sing this song Doodah? Is that what this has been going on?
Yes.
Oh, man.
Every time.
Every time you say it, you say
Man,
it
I
once
went
an
totally
episode.
the other way. So, this is what we need. I'm trying to think about the throne room and who saw what inside the throne room.
We still
How
talking
many
about
could see it?
Dinar's.
No, we're not talking about his dick. Dicks.
Why not? No.
Because it's been covered.
That's
So-
the problem. Uncover him. Let's see his dick.
I lay them into the pool.
She likes.
Yeah. One flaccid, one hard. Now we're getting weird.
Oh,
What? What?
there
If
they
I
are.
remember, I think that at the time where things really went down in the throne room in the previous adventure vis-a-vis assassination attempts,
Yes.
I think the rest of you were inside of a knife.
Rosie was always there in the room.
I was.
with
Yeah.
the dogs.
I was enjoying it.
We were
Rosie,
in the knife.
We were in the night.
would you please give me a perception roll?
I sure will. What am I perceiving?
Well, we won't
might
know unless you
notice.
perceive it.
18.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa. Hey,
You saw it.
Oh.
I did it.
You saw it.
You don't know what a matrix domina is, and you haven't heard of the Everhome, but that's Cathra.
Oh. Excellent.
and it's like now that you incorporate this information, you can see Prawn like looking back and forth, like her reputation for scheming is well deserved. You can see her constantly like looking back, like more frenetically at Cathra and at Dinar, like.
I look at Prawn and I say, just so she can hear, I'm like, game recognized game. Okay.
So the city itself, the holy city of Dinar, is waiting for your response. Your response is that we should speak in person.
Yeah, response to what? We're still.
How many people have seen your dicks?
Oh my god. Yeah. I get all flustered because it was a 1, and I go, and I start splashing the water.
Going through the tunnel.
Go through the tunnel.
I want to. So I'm going to
Don't
start.
put all these birds in here.
I am going to meddle now. I say, I believe if I may answer the question.
How?
If there's
Rumble.
If there's one thing, I'm still being carried by Walnut, looking at it at the
This
pool.
is the best. Just
If there's
like a keg.
if there's one thing I know about Dinar, it's that he's always been a one-woman man, one female dragonborn,
Ew.
male
What?
dragonborn.
Man? Ew.
I know. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
And that there's never been another, but for his truest love.
Whiz.
Twist.
I twist you up.
No, you're like the dolly operator, right? It's just-
Oh yeah, I'm directing Rosie and the bird. That's my role.
and then she says, 1,000.
Yeah, girl, get it.
Deal. Sold. I don't know.
1,000 what? Yeah. No deal. You have to pump those numbers up.
Yeah,
You gotta add. I gotta see another 0 before I even.
Get me out of bed.
Year's not over.
Yeah.
Year's not over, my friend. And this is a caravan, believe it. So, I mean, it goes from place to place.
Yeah. That's what I
So-
took it as.
Jesus Christ.
What I thought.
I like that there was like a kind of horny Acq Inc. episode last night, and then we're like, you know what we could do?
Now, so
C stands for cock.
yeah, exactly. And so Prawn says, Matrix Domina, it will be our great pleasure to invite you into the city tomorrow so that you may peruse the goods. And this, the town catches fire.
Yes. Amazing.
And the Matrix melts away inside the pool. There are guards come to the door.
Oh.
And they say, Mr. Stonegrass,
Yes?
you have a visitor. Visitors.
What?
You have a visitors.
Open your ears.
You have a visitor's
The guard's deeply
curiosity about our town. And we want to share.
I'm shocked that they know my name, so I'm just like, okay, sure. And I look at everybody else, and I just plop Rosie down, and I go, you're in charge of the birds. And I walk in.
So they, immediately outside the door,
Sure.
you see Fen from Team N.
Okay.
At her waist is a khopesh that looks like it's made of black ice. And she reaches out to shake your hand in both of her hands.
Yeah, so in my head, Canon Walnut doesn't like Fen for a really petty reason.
What is the reason?
The reason is that when Malith originally left Cathris, they went and hung out with Fen and had like a connection immediately after losing a connection with Walnut. So Walnut is like still salty about Fen. So she looks at
So the
Fen.
hands just a total miss?
Hands are a total miss. She just like pulls it back and she's like, what do you need?
Cold
She-
in here.
She's like friend jealousy.
Of
Yeah,
course,
exactly.
yes.
Yeah.
Fen, does not perceive information of this kind.
I know. I understand this.
And she says, I've been brought on. I have a special knowledge about wedding security.
Sure, I remember.
An expert, if you will. And obviously, there was a very brief incursion at your own wedding, but it was managed with aplomb, I think.
Yeah, I wouldn't call you an expert. You were there.
Agreed.
Trying to do a job. But there was an incursion at my wedding, and did you come here begging for a job, or is there something else I can help you with?
Jeez.
They hired me for my reputation.
Who hired you?
The royal family. I understand there are as many as 3 weddings. 3, not a great number, cosmologically speaking, for weddings, but it's not beyond my capacity. Where's Kris?
You know, it's so sad. You just missed them. They are not here.
Yeah, I just.
She says, I know.
You just like lean out. You're like, oh.
Yeah.
She blinks, and you. This is a cool device. She, as you emerge from behind that threshold, she blinks at you several times, and she says, "Kris, you are bright."
Thank you.
And she's like trying not to put a hand in front of her eyes.
Hello, friend. In what regard am I bright? What wavelength?
And she says, there must be a story here. And then she pulls a knife out and pricks her 2nd and 4th fingers and places them beneath her eyes. And she blinks a couple times and says, much better.
Ooh.
She says, I felt like it was important. I know that at one point you had a relationship with this sword, and I wanted to make sure that you understood that I was with the sword now. And I think that I love the sword, and I think that we are a couple. Winter would like you to know that you, like all others, will be with her in time in the place that winter never ends. And our business is concluded.
Oh, very well then. Our business is concluded. Now, I take that very specifically.
Yeah.
Not a friendship, but the business is
The
concluded.
business. You perceive it correctly.
This is well done. You couldn't choose a better sword. Take care of her.
I think so. She kisses her fingers and places it at the hilt. And then she walks out with the guards out front.
Now, hold up.
Wait a minute.
Let's put a little. Is a wedding between a fen and a sword
Is
not a wedding?
Yeah, like an avatar of a goddess inhabiting like some aspect in a sword. That's pretty royal.
Yep.
Yeah.
Put that in a dress.
We're not
I-
gonna do it now, but just give that sword to anybody, huh? That like very holy sword. Just anybody picks it up.
I assume that Fen was selected as I was. It was not my choice to give the sword up.
Sure.
But
Okay. Talk about it later on the road home.
Maliki, do you want to go here?
Kris, are you asking me if I want to go?
The sword is just one of various divinities that I was stripped of to serve others.
I have to say, it was unexpected that the conversation took this turn.
Walnut just starts muttering under her breath, but she doesn't have it in her to fight with Kris.
I don't either.
She backs down.
I just want to do it.
They both just like, and
Yeah.
They out-beta each other.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they just like, they cringe more.
I withdrew first. I'm the alpha beta.
There's tears. There's
Yeah.
tears. Fen asks you if you would mind accompanying them out to the cart.
Of course.
Thank you.
This is one of the objects that is, most targeted in a wedding.
Yeah, you can feel it's like in the same way that you can feel a person who hates you when they look at you, the same way that you can feel it on your skin, you can just feel it coming from the sword. You just feel a kind of heat wherever you are adjacent to its naked blade. Just a piece of information. Now,
Smart sword.
Yes, hated by a nude thing. That's not new for me. I understand.
so there is, you are led out. The cart itself, as we've described before, is sort of raised from the base up to the royal plateau on a kind of chained elevator that raises up heavier things. And obviously, if there were to be a problem, this would be a very, very easy thing to lock down otherwise. The cart that is rising from the bottom up to the top has, you'd have to guess, about 100 birds on it.
Okay.
just as a piece of information.
What kind of birds?
All kinds.
There's 100 birds
Yeah. And
being lifted on an elevator when they could just fly up.
no, they are attached to this, and they are looking in all directions.
Okay, I'm interested.
I'm interested. There is a Clank as it reaches. There's a Clank legacy.
Available now.
Oh, wow. I hear that.
Incorporated.
That's supposed to be a really good game.
It's incredible, especially the writing. There's a Clank as it reaches its terminus,
Sure.
and the door opens, and Brahma steps out.
Oh, well, this is great.
Immediately afterward, Walnut steps out.
It's less great.
She brought her +1.
No, you would not do this.
I would.
Can Kris get a talking head?
Yes.
Oh no, she didn't.
I look
no.
at Brahma and I go, my love, what is she doing here?
She says, "Can we not do it out here?"
Oh my God.
Oh my God. I say,
2019. I mean,
yeah, I guess we stay having to have the talk. This is awful.
you never stop learning. In polyamory, it's like you always have the feelings. It's just a matter of like what you do with the feelings.
Yeah, but everybody has to be bought in for it to work. Oh my God. Anyway, I take her aside
Okay.
immediately.
The other Walnut tries to come with.
And I look at her and I go, read the room. No.
Birds 7 and 8. Let's get a close up on this conversation.
Get out of here.
Why are you on her?
Yeah, I take Brahma into the first room, and it is like a guard storage closet.
There's some old pikes. These are the pikes they do not use. These are the pikes they don't even try to fix
No,
anymore.
it's before we get in the royal palace. It's the blimp. Do we have blimpies?
You have to go through the gift shops. And all
Yeah,
that.
it's like a blimpie store.
No, I was gonna say Kris will stay back out here, of course, and.
No, exactly. So,
but it says hello, Walnut.
Hello, Walnut.
Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
stank.
she says, "Hello, Kris."
Hi. Can't maintain any anger.
It's something that you feel just in your luminescence, somewhere in the core of it. That these walnuts, imagine that they operate at a specific frequency. I'm doing this for your benefit.
Thank you.
Imagine that they are operating on a specific frequency, and they're just the tiniest bit out of phase. If you had teeth, this is the sort of dissonance you would feel in your teeth.
Yeah.
You didn't do that for me.
I don't like.
Yeah.
Of course,
Tell Kate really appreciated that.
I was going to say, it looks like Brahma's been struck by my twins.
That's your close-up. That's your talking head.
Yeah, right there. No, dude, that's like in that confidence closet.
Yes, that's right.
Like
Right,
with like
yeah.
the plush stuff in the big chair. It's like, well, let me tell you what happened when I saw.
All right, but let's go back to the part where I'm emotionally destroyed.
Yeah.
Hang on, talking head on the other walnut, close-up. I didn't come here to make friends.
Bam! Got him.
Never live it down.
Strip Search is a great show.
Never live it down. So I'm in the closet with Brahma.
Yeah.
I didn't say anything.
Incredible.
And I say, what are you doing? What is this?
She says, I love both of you.
How did this happen?
How could it not?
No, I mean, how did it happen?
It was going to happen. Eventually.
I mean, I know she has all the same memories I do, and technically, you're probably married to both of us. But I'm the original one. I'm the one that was really there through all that.
She says, I don't know what happens next.
You can't expect me to just be okay with this.
Kris.
I'm not in there.
Don't try to get out of this conversation.
Oh, no, it's okay. We're going to have both conversations.
Are you okay with this?
Can't hear them in there. That's the talking head.
I could.
Yeah, Rosie's giving a play-by-play. She said no.
They're so close.
Oh, right.
They're so close. You don't know what it would take to synchronize them. But you do have some experience.
In correcting world lines.
You do have some experience in these matters. Maybe more experience than anyone else.
Do I know where? This is a general reminder that I need. Do I know like where did they deviate from? I mean, obviously after Walnut was hired.
There's a period.
clone was
There is
produced.
a period of a couple years of different memories.
Right. Yeah.
Cosmologically, it seems like a trivial thing.
See, the problem is that like I know that that's.
No, go ahead.
No, but like as much as that's the case, right now that is the problem, is that they are too close. We need to widen the gap. I still regard this walnut to be the actual known walnut, right? If they were perfectly identical, then no issue could be taken. It would be very unfortunate. But this is not walnut. This one is incorrect.
Individual birds are hopping down from the cart, one by one, refashioning themselves into daughters of Maleth.
And is this other walnut like in the regalia?
She is, you haven't seen it before, but you suspect that this is how she gets down in her forest kingdom.
I want to reach in there, conjure the in my mind, and
Becomes synonymous.
and examine that where they differ. How much would be left if I removed the parts that were alike?
Oh my God.
what would need to be integrated? Could they be perhaps stored on the encode thoughts strands and then given to Myliki to integrate?
The 2-year period?
Yeah, the period that is missing.
The additional wisdom?
Yeah. Probably too much for. I mean, they'd have to. It couldn't be like done forcibly. That's not how this all works.
Wait, you don't think that that's how? This is delicate work. This is surgery.
I say, how are you doing?
Is he like examining? Like,
Yeah.
I could do this. I could split this into.
It's really not that different.
She says, "What are you thinking?" I do know you.
How are you? You're doing well then?
You know. I get by.
I do know that. God. Yeah, I mean, this is Kris. What am I saying? So, how would you feel if I removed the similarities that you share, and only the strands of your difference were kept? Thus, one walnut could become a single entity rather than this disparate situation we have on our hands.
What?
I know it's a problem. I'm racking my brain.
You want to do what?
You agree that it's troublesome to have two of you. It seems to be causing problems even now.
I know which one I would pick.
Brahma. Obviously, you're not going to marry the other walnut. That's ridiculous.
Although. No, I'm joking.
Look, we need a third wedding one way or the other. Let's.
I'm not gonna get picky about it.
I'm just asking if you would mind being subsumed into the being of another who's already very similar to you. Then we wouldn't have all this.
Jerry, you know Walnut.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
She says, that sounds weird.
Amazing.
That's my boy. That's my boy.
Like
Where'd he go?
there.
Where'd he go? It is weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back into the room
Let's go
closet.
back. I was stalling for that time.
Yeah, that's fine. She says, I have hurt you before. And I'm hurting you now with this. It's impossible.
I want.
You understand that I am hurting you
Yes.
when I hurt her.
No. I want us to have our own separate lives. I want her to go do her thing and me to do my thing. Like, she's here now, and I have to accept that she's here, and I'm not going to do anything that anyone wants me to do to hurt her. But she can't have you too. She doesn't get to have half of my life and you too. That's not fair.
It wasn't fair.
Yeah. This was all Omen's fault.
Well, it's just like, somehow.
You cut back to the talking head of Omen, and he's just going,
Buy a pot of gold?
yeah.
You know, I look at Brahma and I go, ideally, what do you want to have happen? You just tell me. Tell me exactly and plainly what you want to have happen right now.
I don't want to cause any walnut anywhere more pain than I already have.
Okay?
And there's no move for me on this board.
So what are you saying?
She steps forward to embrace you.
I mean, I'm like frozen. I don't even hug her back.
Oh no, it's just
Elsa?
like it's such a bad hug. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like that, like when you hug an object,
Yes.
she immediately realizes that this is not the correct
Yeah.
mode of interaction.
Yeah. I say, some of this is dealing with Brahma's obtuseness, and some of this is dealing with Jerry's obtuseness.
Yeah.
So I have both of these things to contend with.
Yeah, that sounds like me.
No, but I look at her and I say, what happens next?
She says, I'm not sure yet.
So you bring this to me, you bring me this problem with no plan.
On my wedding day,
You bring on my friend's wedding day.
I go, you hear, we're friends.
she says, can the two of you figure out who to be in the world?
It wasn't until recently when I found everything that I had been looking for that I realized what my true purpose is. But now that I know that I'm very different from her. I know that we're two different people. And I hope that that future includes you.
She says, I need to tell her goodbye. Is that okay?
I guess, yeah.
She leaves you alone in the broom closet.
And my mind is racked with what has been going on between the two of them since I've been gone.
Does it do anything for you?
Walnut? No. Me, though? We're giving up a possible Dr. Manhattan situation.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
In the interim, or like before Brahma
Yeah,
is coming
math
out.
is continuing to be calculated, I assume.
But I'm inside, and I'm thinking on the nature of Maleth and Myliki.
Yeah, and this has been plain from the start that they each have each of these walnuts has a polarity in this, like with the goddesses of the enclave.
Right.
And they're clearly on separate paths.
Yeah, and I am not reaching out to the this time. I'm reaching out to Myliki, and it's a simple prayer. It's just it's not the same as bringing a clone from somewhere else because of the godhood in them. You have a lost daughter. Bring her home. Send your daughter home. This isn't her world. You already have, your form here.
It's fascinating.
Because there's not a Maleth and Myliki for every universe. There's only one. Right. She's not gonna have two here. So either this is the instance of Myliki or the other one is. Not both.
The daughters are now congregated thoroughly around the clone of Walnut, the one that spent time, the one that was so ill-used by Ameniphis Herewardron, CEO of Acquisitions Incorporated, for some extra planar adventure, and then functionally speaking, discarded there.
But with a bunny tail.
Yeah.
So that's not nothing. Yeah.
And you start to see a glint that sort of passes glance for glance among the daughters. And a couple seconds that stretch like a string being tuned on a guitar. And they turn in on Walnut and descend upon her.
Whoa. Yeah.
4.
It was
Our
a
holy
4.
number.
It was our holy number. I was hoping it was going to be really good. I was going to be like, no, this is not what Amy wants. This sucks. This
And-
was built to torture me.
And when this flock begins to disperse, one of them is holding a antlered crown of black ice. And they look at Walnut as she emerges from. How long do you want to stay in there and cry?
Not long, because she was going to come out. I was waiting for a break in this for her to come out and be like, Brahma, I was wrong. So she was going to come out and be like, no, it's okay. It's all okay.
Okay, so Brahma came out first then.
Yeah, and she saw this.
Oh, she saw the whole thing. So she didn't just see a beautiful flock and a crown.
No.
And a body?
Claps. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's like, and then the crown. Also, gore everywhere. And birds, doves are just.
No, it's about 100 yards of wet intestines. The
birds
and
can't
they're
eat
fighting
bones.
over them. No.
Yeah.
Pulling them apart.
The birds turned into daughters of Maleth, though, right?
Correct.
Like they're not bird form anymore.
No.
Yeah.
So they're
It's-
people form and they eat her.
Yeah. Even the bones.
I see.
Even the bones, yeah.
Yeah, did I witness swords drawn and all that?
It took 2 seconds.
And then just surrounded?
And then as they disperse,
Like a Toblerone.
Bring the crown out.
there's a crown. And they try to give this crown to Brahma.
Well, you could tell us what Brahma does. Let's see it now.
Begin.
I'm startled with the speed of it.
Yeah.
I didn't think that would be how it happened.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
they
yeah,
listened.
you did this.
Yeah.
Yeah, where are we?
No, now I go into the and I'm like, undo. Let's go back. Do it a good way. Hold on a second.
This is but one causality.
Yeah.
We get to pick.
No, when I come out and I see what's happened, like I see the tail end of this.
The tail is just sitting there.
That's the callback.
Yeah.
I am devastated. I look at the daughters and I say, what did you do?
I also say, what did you do?
Yeah. Brahma just has her hand over her mouth.
And I scream at them and I say, what did you do?
They look at each other and they say, we did as commanded.
Who commanded you?
And they just gesture down at this crown,
They gesture at the crown?
at this raiment of Maleth.
I look at it and I am beside myself.
Not
and
anymore.
Are you joking?
That was a good one.
That's good.
That was
It
good.
was like this whole time you've been doing something, and I didn't realize like you were finishing, loading the shot into the musket, and then just immediately like
That was what that was for? It's been 2 hours.
yeah.
All right, so I'm beside myself, not anymore, right? And then I storm over to the one that's holding this crown.
Yeah, and it's like you can see, because it extends so far out, you can just see the ends of the antlers, just like it's a magnification of the shaking that she's holding it with.
I rip it out of her hands, and I try to smash it on the ground. I try.
Do it. Strength athletics.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Hey, we're using the dice cam.
Critical bear first.
Oh, 17.
You slam it down on the ground, and it cracks in two, and something. To your consciousness, it's vast. But to anyone looking at it with, for lack of a better term, eyes, it rushes into you.
There really isn't
What?
a better term, is
Yeah.
there?
What?
I'm sorry, it rushes into me?
It rushes into you.
And what do I feel?
It's not what you feel, it's what you hear.
What do I hear?
It's not what you hear, it's what you feel.
I love you. Like, legitimately, I do. It's just a wry. It's like, even in the tone of the voice, you can almost hear the lip curl up. And it says, it had to be one of us. But the only question is, now what are we going to do?
Yes!
I keep that to myself.
Literally, yeah.
But
Gathered friends. You saw it. You saw the expanse. You saw every tormented
Every
memory.
episode.
Every moment. Every secret terror. Every private love in a second. Extend out and become enmeshed in Walnut Dankgrass, air of the Enclave. Ladies, gentlemen, every conceivable coordinate in between, it is my great pleasure to welcome you to the wedding of Nace and Sorsha, Queen of the Free City of Scala. Obviously, the courtship was very brief.
it was just
About an hour and 56 minutes.
But it's not hard to picture a bounding, thoroughly gleaming, polished Krenar leading the procession before them. There is a tiny bird flitting around Krenar that in moments becomes a frenetic, thoroughly squirreled quinoa. The two of them forget the ritual completely. They run immediately to the snack tables. They do not get the snacks. They descend below the table to conspire. Donaar Blit'zen, even 2 feet away, you are still convinced somewhat that the matrix domina of the Everhome is in fact a person who is not your lifelong love, but that is not true. Cathra is here, and they have set up absolutely everything to manifest a true nuptial experience.
This is like, I didn't agree to anything at any point in
Oh,
this.
no, absolutely. I mean,
Okay.
you're still ready to, this is still Dungeons and Dragons.
She's just here to check out the package.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's fine. See, I know, she keeps referring to me as like the meat.
Yeah.
Look. Start
the buffet.
freaking out. Yes, I'm an incredibly handsome and smart and talented dragon with 2 massive penises, but there's more to me than that.
She removes the veil. This is a private room.
Oh.
She removes the veil from her face and is revealed, and she says, "But is there really?"
I go. I go, buh? And then I go, what? Why the theatrics? What?
Technically speaking, I did try to murder a princess of Dinar. It creates a complex legal framework.
Yeah, but the prince would have pardoned you. It's fine. I pretty much pardoned you on the spot.
Would the city pardon me? I think that's the question. I have to give this one to your sister, actually.
I don't think they really like her. It's fine. I think they're mad I stopped you. I think that's a big part of this. But I'm happy to see you.
How happy? Like,
Not happy enough to marry you.
she's like,
Tamping that down.
she's like,
Races.
look, She's like,
Sing the song.
Duda.
it doesn't have to stick. We're just gonna do this for the town. You and I will know it's not real.
Why?
You and I will know that it's purely physical.
Ooh, damn.
You can hear the peals of the trumpets outside
Yeah.
rising to a matrimonial crescendo.
Dinar's had a long dry streak.
I say, yeah. I say, well, don't we need 3? Do we need a 3rd wedding?
She's like, Prawn's got this. Let's go.
I say, well, like he's
Sooner
being,
this
like,
gets
he's
done.
being like dragged along.
Yeah,
It's like
this is his life,
it's like
right?
like a paper wedding. It's like, well, we could have, I'm not saying no. I'm just saying no right now.
Okay. I'm saying yes twice. And the doors swing open. And then you're sort of looking at her, and she has placed the chain veil back, and expectations are very high. She places her hand at the small of your back
The knife.
and guides you forward with some strength,
Yeah.
which you understand is typical of an ever-home wedding. It's very much, there's a guiding of the man. It's required. You know how they are.
Yeah. I mean, I'm being pushed along with protest, yelling at the crowd. You did this. This is your fault.
They're like,
I hate all of you.
they're like,
And they're just,
yeah,
that,
we did it. We did it.
our fiery
We did
son,
do it.
When I am king, my rule will be cruel. And you will know it's because of this.
fiery son.
What a character. Oh,
The
man.
holy city needs fire like this in these times. The world is changing. We need a prince who is a weapon. After the ritual is concluded, just behind you, the king and queen of the holy city of Dinar renew their vows. Thanks so much, Shadow Council. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You know as well as I do that the Shadow Chancellor runs this shit. I'm going to read the stuff on the Shadow Chancellor paper. Clank Legacy Acquisitions Incorporated is a game I wrote. It's very good. It's at the Renegade booth. If you like Clank, if you like the C team, which it's not made up. I mean, I think there's a reasonable expectation that you're into it. You might not know that there is actually a C team set for Clank that has figurines of all the characters that you can get from the same Renegade booth. Shadow Council dice in front of you, it says out here, are now available at the Level Up Dice store, where before they were not. Consider that.
I'm gonna head over.
I'm going to thank our sponsors, Level Up Dice, Elderwood, and D&D Beyond, but of course, Shadow Council. May our labors please you. Thank you so much.